Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel at Tom C. Avanti. Those who've seen my Ute Coach video, take a guess of where I am. I'm at my nanny's house. And I'm going to tell you the story of how I got this wonderful Southern Class 171 first class headrest. So I did have one of these before back in 2011. So last Thursday evening, the Thursday just gone, I really wanted a headrest on Southern 171. So I texted my dad to ask him. He said he will try. Anyway, it was time for me to have my medication after that. So I did. And I went to sleep after watching Jeff Marshall Goes to Selhurst Depot and Southern Day Saver. Eventually I went to sleep and Friday morning came and then 11 AM came and Dad came to pick me up. And we were initially going to go in his car and go from Watford. But I said, Dad, if you want to, you can use the my service card. He was like, okay. So that's what we did. We drove to Stanmore Station and then we got on the Jubilee line to London Bridge. And I said, the platform I want to go on, Dad, when we get to London Bridge, is platform 10. He was like, okay. Eventually by the time we got to London Bridge, it was 12:25. So Dad was like, I think I need to go have a cigarette first, Tom, to kill the time. So that's what happened. And after my dad had his cigarette, and after we did what we needed to do, the time was 12:33. And we made our way to platform 10. Dad wasn't too sure if his ticket would let him through, and it did. We went up onto platform 10, and he was like, what time's the train? And I reiterated again, it's at 53. So by the time we got up onto the platform, it was already 42 minutes past 12. And we waited, then it was 10 minutes, then the train came in. It was a class 171, and it came from Uckfield. We made our way down to the back. Not halfway down, where the guard was. And she was a lovely lady, Southern train guard. She looked a bit like my old locality manager, Kerry Hudson. And my dad asked her if we could have a headrest, and she was like, just take one. But Dad didn't want to, because he didn't want to get into trouble by Southern, because my carer Paul Evangelides always advises me, if they do give you a headrest, Tom, ask them to get it for you. And now I know why. And then that way I don't worry about, anything happening. Because if the cameras see me do it, they'll be like, but if they see the staff doing it, that's different. So Dad was like, no. The driver came down. The driver wasn't too sure, but he gave you a memory badge. And then the lovely guard came back. She was at the back end and I was in the middle. She first was outside her cab and I thought, oh, she's not going to come. But then she saw me and Dad talking, because we were having a bloated about the headrest. And she put both thumbs up and she said, oh my God, did you get one? And I was really sad and was like, and she got really sad and I was like, oh, how come? And my dad explained, I don't want to get into trouble. I was like, it's okay. And then the guard, she initially went, do you want me to get it for you? And I was like, yes, please. And Dad was like, oh, if you're sure. And she was like, the guard was like, yeah, I'll do it. And he was like, thank you, darling. So the guard went ahead and she walked down to the front to the first class to get me the headrest, and we followed behind. So she went into first class, pressed the door button and got me one. A few minutes later she came out, she rolled it up and she was like, here you go. And I was like, oh my goodness, thank you. And I quickly told her my name, and I was like, because she was like, what's your name? And I was like, my name's Tom. She was like, hi, Tom. And I was so happy. Thank you so much to the lovely lady god who gave me this southern headrest. I really appreciate it. You are such a lovely guard, and you've made me so happy. I've also got a YouTube channel as well called @TomCiovanti, and if you are able to, watch this video, because really, if it wasn't for you, I would not have been able to get a headrest. I'd like to thank you so much. Thank you, darling. I really appreciate that. Maybe one day I'll get you something to say thank you. And yeah, that's how I got my last ever headrest from my dad.